Yeah, sorry guys. Sorry. Yeah, so what I did, I muted myself and I thought I am unmute. Okay, great. I think so. It's fine now, right? Hi, Meet. Hi, Hemang. Yeah, Srinivas. I have muted myself and I think so. It would be fine right now. Okay. Yeah. Good evening, guys. Good evening. Good evening, Vansh. Good evening, Ayush. Good evening, and hello, everyone. Welcome back to, I think so, this is day three, right? Yeah. Good evening, and welcome back to the day three of our boot camp. Okay. Yeah, great. Great. If what is fine, then great. Okay. Good evening, guys. Good evening. Okay. In yesterday's session, we were done with, I think so, card. I remember we were done with till that point. So we made our card and I gave you a footer as a kind of homework. So this is a footer design that I have added for you. And I hope so your assignment or else whatever you can call it, it is done from your side. Okay. That's what I am assuming. So we will be moving forward from here and we have to see Flex, we have to see Grid, and we have to see other important topics right today. Okay. Good evening, Shali. Good evening, PC Kong. Good evening, Shibu. Good evening, everyone. Okay. So now let's move forward. And I have added the code for footer in the code sandbox. And when you get the code sandbox, you can refer that. Okay. Guys, notes and code sandbox are getting shared on the community page. Okay, I think so. Everyone who registered, they are in certain community page. Okay, so over there you will get every notes and every possible material that you need. Okay. Good evening, Shilpi. Good evening, everyone. Okay. Good evening, Moses. I'm sorry if I pronounce your name wrong, but yeah. Good evening. I see you are from Kenya. Okay. Great joining in my bootcamp. Okay. Fine. Okay. So let's move forward and let's see Flexbox, Grid, and other important things. Okay. So let me open the Tailwind CSS documentation along with this. Okay. So this is my Tailwind CSS documentation. This is my yesterday's note. I will continue forward in this case itself. Okay. So first thing that I want to show is my Flex. Okay. So this is my first thing that I will be going through and let's go through how we can create Flex and how we can manage Flex in our case. Okay, great, fine. Okay, so what we will do, and in this case, I will create a section that will primarily use Flex. Okay, and that section we do not have any specific name, but we can call it as about me sections. Okay, where is notes and code? Yeah, Tapan, I think so. If you are in community, you will get your notes and every related thing. Okay, you do not need to spam right here. Fine. Okay, so what we have to discuss is flex, and let's first of all see what are possible ways we can define flex and what all variables do we have in flex. Okay, so because flex is not just row wise, we have also column wise flex. We have row reverse flex and column reverse flex. So we will be seeing each and everything one by one, and then we will be moving forward with writing the code. Okay, so let's get into first of all flex. Let me find where our flex is in the documentation directly because that's the best source of our learning right here. Okay. So we are adjacent. 1 minute, I think so. It's at the top. Image, font, padding, justify grid. Okay, so it's here. Okay. I think so. I used flex on one of the pages, not pages, but one of the section. So this is a flex. Why do we need flex? Actually, to arrange our cards, okay, either horizontally or vertically in our on our screen. Okay, so that's the use of flex. If we generally define flex, just if we write flex, then it is flex of row. Okay. And if we define it as flex of column, then it will be taken as flex column. Okay. So right here, we only have flex row examples. We can also use it in the form of column. Okay. So you have that issue. Sorry, you have that thing too. And if I go into flex direction, this is where you will be knowing everything. Okay. So we have four possible directions row reverse, column reverse. Okay. So if we go with flex row, so we have three cards, like three cards in a single row. arranged at a separate separation. So yesterday I also I think so showed you gap 3 or else space x of 3, something I like that I showed you. Okay. So that's what we also need today to. Then we have row reversed. Okay. So in case of row, normal flex row, we start from the left side of the screen. Okay. But if we go with row reverse, we will reverse the order and we will start from right side of the screen. Okay. Okay. Fine. So now we have one more option of column. So we will arrange our cards in the form of column. That's what we can do one more case. And we have column reverse just in the form of column, but the order gets reversed. Okay. Fine. So I will just copy this up, or else I will take a screenshot and I will add it in the notes for you. Okay, fine. So guys, I'm adding this all things just for your reference. Okay, so that later on after the sessions you can revise it up one by one. Okay, fine. So this was my flex direction. Now I will also add the flex thing. I think so. I already added the flex, right? Width tab. Okay, I think so. Flex was not added. So I will add the normal flex too, and these are the cases for our flex. Okay, fine. So after this, what we will do, we will now write a section and we will define flex and we'll see how things goes on for us. Okay. So this is footer code, right? So let me comment out for that footer code. So you can refer it up later after the session. This is the footer code that I have added. And I want to create about me section. So I will add a about me section over here. I will create section. Fine. So, what all things, how will we make Tailwind CSS responsive? Right now, if you want to see the code, so I can assume till this point everything is responsive. Okay. If I change the size of the window, everything fits well. Nothing is going out of my desired width. Okay. So till now everything is responsive. I'm managing it up well. Okay. So you can also try this. Okay. So if there is no overflow, if there is no problem with the width, everything looks fine, then it's responsive. Okay, fine. Okay, so we have defined a section, and I will give it a class name, but I will also write some content inside my section. Okay, so what I can do, I can add a img tag for you about me, or else we can also skip the img because right on code sandbox you will get a restriction of. Okay, fine. Let's skip the img. Why? Because if I use any online image, then it will get restricted by the browser. And if I use local image, then also you will have some issues. So let's skip the IMG because we are not going to learn how to use IMG, but we are here to learn Tailwind. Okay. So what I will do, I will define a div over here. Okay. And inside this div, I will have my H2. So H2 will be for my heading. Okay. So let me go on giving class name for each of these cases. Okay. Each of these cases will require some class name. So if I am on the outer section case, okay, if I'm on the outer section case, I want to define a flex and flex of what? Flex of column, not row, but actually I'm defining a flex of column. I explained you we have option of a flex column too. Okay. So if you go in flex directions, you will have four options: row reverse, column, and column reverse. So right here, I'm using flex of column for us. Okay. Now this is on the normal size window. Now, see, guys, this is very important. Here is the point where I'm managing my responsiveness. Okay. So, flex column is for all normal size window. Then I'm writing MD. What does MD means? Okay. Now, MD is for medium size window. If I'm writing MD, then MD means I am defining flex row, but for what? Only for my medium size window. Now, let's find our responsive design in our case. Okay, style compatibility, user installation. Yeah, so responsive design core concept. Okay. Now, if I move down, you will have these all options. Okay. So these are the window size that we have. So if we are in a small size window, it will be for 40 rem or else 640 pixel. Okay. And if we are in medium size window, we have this large, this XL, this, and 2XL, this. Okay. So if you know that I have certain design that will get overflowed on medium size window or that will get overflowed on small size window. So in that case, what you will do? In that case, you will define styling for each size of window separately. Okay, that's an important concept for responsiveness right here. Okay, I will paste this size chart in our notes too, so that you can refer it up later. Okay, so this is my responsiveness. Okay, so this is my responsive design, and you have to follow this size chart. Okay, fine. This is my size chart. So if I move down, if I show you some examples, so over here, what I can see is, yeah. So over here, what I can see is, I am defining for my medium size window for flex and shrink box 0. Same way for normal size window, I am defining my width for full. But I am knowing, I have a thought in my mind that if I move to a medium sized window, in that case, there will be a certain overflow. Okay. So for that reason, I am defining width of 48 for my medium size window. So right here is the point of responsiveness that we have to manage. Some cards will get managed on their own, but some will not get managed on their own. So for that reason, what you have to do is you have to define different size windows. Suppose you are making a UI for large screen for desktop, you're making for medium screen tablets, you're making for small screen, that is mobile phone. Okay. Now, in this case, suppose you have a card. Okay, and that card might get overflowed for medium size window. So in that case, what you will do? You will give one CSS for large size window, another for medium, another for small. Okay, so this is how we are going to manage our responsiveness. Okay, so let's move forward. What I have written, medium flex row. For my medium, I have defined my flex row, and I want my items to be center. I defined, I think so. I explained you yesterday. Item center, left, right, and other things. Wait a minute. I think so. I explained or not? Just wait a minute. Let me check. Flex direction, flex spaces. Just okay. I think so. I did not explain this to you. So we can go with align content thing. Okay, or else justify item build item. Place justify align and. Let me find the item center. Okay, so it will be same like text center, but we are talking about whole item, not just the text, but whole item. Okay. So okay, fine. We can move with the content only. Okay. So see, in this case, we have three options. We have one flex define. Okay, we have one four-wall flex define. Now, if you want to start your flex from starting point, okay. Suppose I am adding content as a start. So in that case, my content will start from left hand side. If I am adding my content as center. So you can see the difference. We are not having much difference in this case, but right here, if you are adding content start, you will have your content from top left corner. Okay, there will not be any margin or padding on both left side, on the top side, on the right side too. If I go with the center part, then you will have certain padding on the top and bottom side. Okay, so this is your center. And if I go with content end, so this is the case of column. Okay, not the case of row. It is the case of column. So if I go with content end, in this case, whole of the content will move to the bottom of my flex and top will be empty. Same way, content between, it means it will add a gap between these two contents. Okay, so these are the possible things that we have, and most probably you have to explore it kind of on your own to get a more grasp of it. Okay, so items center I have added. I will add a padding of 8 and I will add a background of white. Okay, so this is what I will add. Okay, fine. Flex column medium flex items introduced by center px. Okay, great. If you want to justify also, you can obviously, and if you want to have a space of y, obviously. Okay. Okay. So in this case, I will not have a kind of card thing. Okay, so in that case, we will not define space and other things. But after this, what I will do, I will move to my project card. Okay, so I have created a project card, and I will try adding this project card in the form of grid or flex. Okay, over there we can use it up. Okay, fine. So this is my outer section classes, and what will be my inner section class? Okay, we have done this first. Ranjit, there would be some problem with your CDN link, or else there would be something, some error, syntax error, or other things. Because of that, your code would not be working. You can try debugging it up and it will work fine. Okay. Just guys, just give some time to your code. Okay. If you're learning something, you have to give time to understand that and you have to give time to kind of debug it up. Okay. Yeah. So guys, I'm not opening the Tailwind docs for myself. I'm opening it for you. If you're finding some errors, if you're not remembering something, just go with the official documentation. Okay. That's the best thing that you can try on. Okay, fine. So this is done. And now what I will do, I will try giving width and height. So to my div, I will give a width of 32. And let's see, just what should I do? Phoenix, if you have missed attendance for yesterday, we cannot do anything. You have to mark it for today itself. You will not be able to mark for yesterday because attendance gets closed after the session. So that's not the area where I would be able to help you. Okay. Yeah. So rounded of full and border of 4 has been added. Okay. And I think so. I explained you these all things. Border radius. No, not border radius, but exactly we have border in this case. Okay. And border color, what we are adding is 500. Okay. So this is my case. Yeah, so this is the image that I wanted to add. This is the area of image, but I will skip adding image. Why? Because I do not want any image right here. I do not want to get into that. Okay, so I will leave it as it is. Okay, and this will be empty div, or else I will write over here. Image comes here. Oh, sorry. Image comes here. Fine. Image. Okay, so this will be my image area. And after this image area, what I will do, okay, let's remove it up completely because it's not going in sync. Yeah, so after this, I will create one more div for us. And this div will have h2 for my name and other things. Okay, okay, fine. So let's go with my h2 now. Okay, and yeah, fine, this is my section. If I want, I can also add a heading on the top with about me, but let's leave it out. Okay, I will not get into that. Okay, fine. So this margin top of 4. I am adding empty of 4. I explained already what empty means, what MD means, what MR means, and what ML means. Okay. So empty of 4 for normal size window, large size, small size. But for my medium size window, I want margin top of 0. If I go on a medium size window, I do not want any margin on the top. So that's why I'm setting my MD for 0. Okay. Then again, in case of medium size window, I am adding my ML, that is margin left as 6 in this case. Okay. So guys, so, see, you have to take care of this. If you are managing responsiveness, you have to define things like this. Okay. And then we will have our text center. Fine. And for my medium size, what I will do, I will go with text of left, okay, because I will have a small size window. So I will go with text of left and then I will define h2. And in my h2, I will write about me, okay, class name, fine. So what are class names are we going to give? Or don't think about the university. Okay, fine, guys, just focus here, okay, do not think about all possible scenarios. Yeah, so I will add my text size as 2XL. Fine. And along with my 2XL, what do I need? I maybe I need my text to be at center or I need my font. So the font that I need is bold. You can also give a numeric value, obviously. And then my text that I want is to be in the form of gray. And the intensity is my choice. So I will go with 800 for this case. Okay. So 800 for this case, and this is my output right here till this point. Okay, so it's at the center itself. Why it is at the center? Because I have defined it in the form of flex and I have set my item as center. Okay, this is the case why I am having all the content at the center. Fine. Okay, fine. Okay, so now what's the next thing? Lipayan, this is not a JavaScript class, okay? When we organize a bootcamp for JavaScript, over there I will totally explain you. But right now we are in Tailwind, in between Tailwind. So obviously please focus on this, okay? Along with this, I want a p tag. Why do I need a p tag? I need a p tag to explain about myself. Okay, so you can add some random text about yourself. Okay, so I can search about random text about me. Okay, anything. So I can also create it. So this is my some random text that I am getting up from somewhere, and I will add it to my p tag. Okay, fine. Yeah, so now this is the point where I will show you text justify. I think so. I taught you in yesterday's session, but we were not able to use it up. So we will use it. Okay. Yeah, you can use anything. You can use lorem ipsum. You can use anything that's generated from somewhere, whatever you want. Okay. So I will keep my text of gray, and I do not want it to have 800, so I will go with 400 or 500, possibly 600. And I will add a margin top of 2 or 3 because I want a separation between my heading as well as my text. Fine. And what I can do, I can add my text to justify in this case. Okay, so if I add text justify, this is what my output will look like. Okay, so everything is uniform from the starting to the ending. Everything is uniform. Okay, if you go on a small size window, in that case, you will see some ununiformity, like this is kind of character space left in between, or else on the bottom also there's some space. So on a small size window, you will have non-uniformity. So what we will do is we will try defining we'll try defining text center for my small. So this works. Okay, so no problem. We can leave it as it is. If you are seeing too much in ununiformity, then you can remove the text justify and you can go with normal. But on a large size window, the text justify fits best. So that's why we will be using this text justify. Okay, so you can see everything has been justified. The starting, the ending, everything has been made justified. Okay, so fine. So this is my p tag, and after my p tag, what I would like to do. What is empty? Yeah, empty is kind of what you want to call it as. Empty is margin top. Okay, I explained in first lecture. Empty is margin top. ML is margin left. MR is margin right. MB is margin bottom, and M is margin on all sides. Okay, fine. Okay, yeah, I said attendance form is already done. Okay, you missed out your attendance, so we cannot help you now. Okay, today's attendance is done, guys. So if anyone missed out the attendance, I cannot help them right now. Guys, can you stop always spamming about attendance? I told you you will be getting it after 7:45. It means you will be getting it after 7:45. Okay, not before that. Even if you spam more, I will delete more. That's what I know. Okay. You want the code sandbox link? Yeah, I will add it at the end of session. Okay. Use of MD is necessary. We haven't used MD anywhere. Okay, sorry. Okay, yeah. So why is use of MD necessary? Because I need to manage my small size window. See, what happens is, if you see, I have defined for my medium size window MD to 0. Okay, so right now this is my small size, and this is going to large size. Okay, let me take this app to a different tab. Okay, let's proceed to preview. And yeah, fine. So this is my output right here. Okay. So what I do, if I go with Control Shift I inspect, and what I will do, I will go with certain medium size windows. So let's go with ASUS ZenFold something. Okay. So what I defined in my medium size window, I defined that. Yeah. So I defined there should be margin left, there should not be margin top, and in the medium size window, my text should go to left side of the screen. So this is what's happening. Okay. I do not have anything. Okay. I do not have anything on the center. I have my about me page to the left side of the screen. And this is my photo section that I have kept it empty right now. Okay. So if I go with the large size window, suppose I go with what is the large size window right now? Okay. So this is all small size. Let's go with small. So in case of small, I wanted it at the center. So it is at normally at the center. Okay. If I go with whole screen, on the whole screen too, everything else is on the left side of the screen. So you have to manage the responsiveness. In that case, you have to define MD, SM, everything. Right now, we haven't defined SM. When time comes, I will define and show you SM2. SM is a small size. Okay, guys. I have added the I have added the size chart. So we have SM, MD, LG, XL, and 2XL. Okay. So you can refer this once. Fine. So this is one thing that we did, and then what we will do, we will add all the skills that we have. So for that, we'll create a div and we'll try adding skills by using spam. Okay, not spam but span. Sorry, not spam but span. Okay, okay, fine. Guys, everyone will get notes on the community post, okay, wherever it has been created. I have already shared the notes with the team, so they will probably share it by today, okay? Not worry, you will get every possible resources that you want. Yeah, and why is circle at the left? Because I have defined a flex. If you see over here, I have defined a flex right here, due to which everything is in the form of one flex. Okay. So if we want, we can also move it up. If we do not want this, we can kind of cancel it out. Okay. But right now we need this, so that's why I'm keeping it up. So flex is defined for my large size window. For my medium, it's not, sorry, a flex column is defined for large size. So that's why it's happening. And for my medium, I have defined flex row. Okay. Okay. I will do one thing. Let's remove this div itself. Okay. Why? Because it is just causing confusion for you. I will remove this div itself. Okay. Fine. Let's go with this only. Okay. So B has been added. Now I want to add my skills. Okay. So let's add my skill one by one. Okay. Yeah, Yuvraj, I will inform them today, so they will share it by today. Okay, just wait in the community group. Only you will be getting all required notes. Fine. So now I have my skill section, and between my skill section and my description, I just want a margin top of 4. And I hope so no one comes to me asking what empty is. Okay, fine. And then I will define a span, not spam, but span. Okay. And first thing that I will write inside my span is HTML. I will define my HTML. So this is one of the skill that I have right now, and let's style it up. Okay. So if I move on the bottom, so after this certain p tag, I am expecting my other HTML to get print out. Okay. So what are things do we need to add in this case? So I might need text size. I need might be color. Okay. Other things I need. So let's start one by one and let's complete it up. So first thing is the view. So it is inline block. So you have block display, you have grid, you have flex, you have inline block. This is how we will be defining inline block. Okay. So we will have background blue of 100, a very light blue color. Okay. Okay. So this is background blue, and I will keep my text as blue of 800. Okay. So kind of more darker shade of blue that we are using. Padding X of 3 and padding Y of 2. Fine. So in between borders and the text, I am adding padding X and padding Y. And rounded of full in our case, okay, rounded of full text size, I will keep as small. So it's a compulsory to use. If you are adding a paragraph, then you can use p tag. If you do not want to use a p tag, you can also use diff. Okay, you will have same output. You cannot expect anything different. If you manage the classes, okay, if you write same classes in the div tag too, you are going to have the same output. Okay, do not worry about this. Okay, so we will write text small, and after text small, what I will do, I will write a margin right of 2. Okay, so this is what is my span, and let me save and see how does it looks like on my screen. So this is my one, you can say skill. Okay, so now what I will do, I will just copy paste it up because everything will be same right here. So Along with HTML, what I will write, I will add CSS and I will write Tailwind. So this is CSS, and after this, we'll have Tailwind. Okay, so these are my skills, and let's see how is the output that I'm getting. So this is the way I'm getting my output. If I increase the size, in that case, this is the flex display. Items are at the center. Justify, I haven't set to center because we do not need justification of center right now. We just need item of center right here. Okay, fine. And if you want to add one more, you will add one more, so it will come to the side. So if I show you adding one more skill to this case, and I will name it as JS. Okay, so if I name it as JS, so on a very small size window, what I will see, this is how it will look on a small size window. Why this is how it is looking on a small size window? Because for a small size window, we have flex column. Okay. So if I go with medium and large, in that case, you will have flex of row possibly in this case. Okay, fine. So this is how it is looking. Let me see on this part of the screen. Let me refresh it up, and this is how it will be look. It will look okay. On larger side, it all goes to the left. On a medium side, it all goes and stays to the center, and on a small size, it will kind of be more disintegrated. So let me see my small size. So this is kind of medium. Okay, medium to small. If I go with iPad here, this is medium, more medium, and iPhone SE. This is how it will look in iPhone SE. Subscription book will how it will look in Angular. Okay, so this is how I'm managing my responsiveness. I'm defining flex for different size of windows. So if I show you what all flex do we define flex and flex column normally, and for medium, I define flex of row. Okay, fine. So this was my one part about me part, and I think so I defined a project card previously in our previous session, and what we will do now is we will try getting into my project card. We'll try defining grid and other things. Okay, just a minute. Yeah, sorry. So we'll go into project card, and we'll use this project card to define my grids. So I will write project section over here. Okay, so this will be the last section that we are touching right here. Until now, we have covered most of the Tailwind classes that we need, that is required. And if there is something that we miss out in practices, you will get to know that too. Okay, fine. So let's move to my project section. I will create a section tag. Okay, so this is my project section, and I will get into grid from here. So for now, the class that I have, the outer class will be padding of 8 as well as a background of gray 50. Okay. This will be my background. So and will take me yeah, so I have created a project card previously. So now what I'm doing, I will be adding this project card inside a project section. Okay. So that's what I'm trying to do. I'm creating a new section of project, and I will move this project card to this project section. Okay. So we already created our project card. So we'll just use that up. We do not need to actually create something new over here. Okay. So or else we can also modify this project card. Okay. If we want, we can, or else we will modify it. It will be much more better. We can see much more things. Okay. Yeah, you can add a border. Right now we are just as at a shadow of medium, I think so. If you want to add a border and you want to give it a border color, you can. You are free to do that. Okay. Okay. So let's move in. And before this, what I will do, I will define my H2, and H2 will be heading telling my project. Okay. So this is my project and class. So let's give it some text size and other things. Okay. Text of 3XL. For now, I'll enroll with you. Thank you, Varuna, if you're enjoying the classes. Great, thanks. And I am just trying to give you some knowledge. Just take some Okay, so text 3XL font of bold and text of center has been added. Fine. Okay, and along with this, what I will add something more that is margin bottom of 8. Okay, so let me show you the output till here. This is my project section right here, and it has been added. So margin bottom of 8 and text is center 3XL and fine. So padding of 8 is acting on all side of my screen, all side of my project. So that's great. So after this, I will define a div, and this div will contain my grid. Okay, this div will contain my grid. So let me define my grid, and I will then show you how grid will look like and what are things do we need in a grid. So let me first actually show you how grid will look like and what are things do we actually need in our grid. Okay, just a minute. And text line font adding text line. Okay, so this is my grid template. Okay, or else you can call it as grid template column. Okay, so same as we had in Flex, we had row and column display. Same way we will have in grid. Grid will also have row and column. Okay, so if I go into this, if I'm defining grid normally, so this is my grid, and if I define grid column 4, it means each row grid will contain four number of columns. Okay, grid column certain value means over here it means each row of the grid will contain four number of columns, and each columns will have a gap of four on all sides. Okay, so this is what it means by grid column 4. If I go with grid column 4 over here also, so over here what we did, column span 3, we have defined a column span of 3. So we are actually spanning it up. Okay, we are actually separating it up. So what all other possible we have? So this is grid column. Fine. We have grid column in this case. Let's go to grid row. We also have possible case of grid row also. Okay. So if I want to arrange these all things in the form of row, I can have the arrangement in the form of row too. We have all cards in the form of single row. And we can also give it a starting and ending position too. If I want my first card to move somewhat downward, I can give it a row start of two. Okay. If I want it to be at the top, I can give row and 3, row and 4 like this too. Okay. These are all possible cases. So let me define over here. So what I will do, I will define a grid, normal grid. Okay. So notes clear, not C for us when we see in YouTube. Yeah, try switching to 1080p. Okay, because that's the only largest pixel or else largest dimension you have. Okay, fine. So we have given a grid, and what I want for each case, I want my grid to have column of 1. Why am I adding of column of 1? For an extra small size, I will give a column of 1. Now, for a small size window, I will give it a grid column of 2. Okay, for a small size window. For a large size window, what I will do, I will give a grid column of, I think so we can go with 3. So these are 3 window size that I have defined. For small, we'll go with column of 2. It means one row will have 2 columns. For large, it should not be LD. It should be LG. Sorry guys, you can correct this out. It should be LG, not LD. Okay. Yeah. So for large size window, we'll have the number of columns in each row, and for any other size window, we'll have one column in each size of window. So now what we will do, we will define my project card. Okay, so I will now style my project card in this case, and one project card will be used for all others. So I will define one project card and I will copy paste it up for four number of lines. Okay, so let's go with project card, and I will define a div, not DUV, but actually DIV. Yeah, so let's give it a class name. Okay, PC and padding X. What are you guys? Fine. Okay, fine. Yeah, so now I want to create my project card. So I will start with the background of white in this case. My project card should have what is the value for what is the no, it is kind of percentage of screen that you have. Okay, It's not EX pixel. It is not REM. It is the percentage of our screen. So we haven't given the gap right now. Okay. Yeah, yeah, I missed out the gap. So I will give a gap of 6. Okay. So background of white. Okay. Great. Is there any doubt in the chat? For checking the brain, I will gap for to ensure the normal symbol. Okay, fine. Yeah, so background of white has been added, and along with this, I will add a shadow of large for my card. Okay, that's what I need. And then what I can do, I can also add. Can we add hover technique on that? And how can we do? Okay, we can add a hover technique. We'll show you. Just have patience. Okay. So what we can do, we can add transition. So I want to teach a transition. So I will be teaching a transition most probably tomorrow. So after tomorrow, we'll show you how we can add hover. Because right now the hover that I will add will not be a smooth hover. It will be kind of unsmooth. So better we learn transition first of all. Then it will be much more better. Okay. Okay. So shadow has been added and counted of large will also be added. Okay. Shadow large is added for what? Shadow large is used to give shadow to my card. Let me save it up. Let me add some content and I will show you where we are getting the shadow. Okay. Fine. And see, one more thing that I want to add is overflow hidden. So why am I doing this? If there is certain overflow on any side of my card, I do not want it to be shown. I want it to be hidden. Okay. So that's what I want right here. So now this is my outer definition for my card. Let's get inside my card and let me add something in the card. Okay. Fine. And what I can do, I can also add a padding. Okay, let me add a padding of 6 on all sides. I will not add any margin. If you want, we can also add margin, but let's keep it for later. So this is my normal card that I can see, a small shadow on the bottom and an empty card. So next thing that I will define is my H3 to give it a heading, and I can give it heading like this is the table fine. So I can give it a heading like first project that I have is e-commerce. Sorry, e-commerce website is my first project that I have. Okay, I can keep it like this, and then I will give it a class. Okay, then what all things do we need to include in the class? Okay, so I will include a text size. I will include a font of semi-bold. Why semi-bold? We do not want it to match with the font of my heading. That is project. Okay, fine. Yeah, iShare attendance is done. Okay, it is done. It's all done. There will not be any attendance now. So we'll have text gray, and you can take any text gray. Right now, I will go with any dark text gray, so I'm keeping it as 800. Fine, guys. So whoever is asking attendance done, yes, it is done. Okay, we have already done your attendance. You are late, guys. I'm sorry to inform you, you are late. So again, we need a P, and I can just yeah. So I can add something. What thing I can add? So I can add. I have created a e-commerce site for the users. Same like we can go with Flipkart. Okay, so Flipkart, and we'll give it a class name. Okay, okay. So let's style it up, and I will give it a text gray. And what text gray? Yeah, Ashwini, I haven't shared attendance yet. Kashmir, you can cool down. Everyone just cool down. Okay, I haven't shared attendance yet. Just wait for some moment more, and then I will share it up. Okay, fine. Yeah. So what I added text gray of 600, and along with this, I would like to add a margin top of 2 for now. Let me show how is the output that we are getting. So this is my output that I'm getting. If I want, I can go with text of center that will give it a much better look. Okay, this is my text of center, and I will also give this as text of center. Okay, so this is how it is looking for now. Now, guys, I haven't shared the attendance link yet. Okay, yeah, so I have added a p tag, and then what I will do, I will add kind of one more div. What will this div be used for? Doesn't even remember port number on which Tailwind project runs. Why do you need a port number in this case? We are not in React, right? We're not working with React. So for what reason are you searching for port number in this case? Yeah, so margin top of 4, and I will define a flex. Justify. No, I will use justify center and other things. Okay. So not flex justify, but justify between. Okay, justify between. Because I'm running through in game. Okay, you are running through in fine. Okay. So justify will be added as between in this case, and along with this, what we can add more is terms to be set as center. Okay, fine. That's okay. So this is one more part, and what I need to add, I need to add something that is in the form of spam. Okay, so I will add a spam and a button in this case. Okay, so let me complete this up, and I will share attendance. So okay, 5 7 3 4 yeah. Yeah, I'm not keeping my screen full screen, but I need to have live chat on the site. That's why the screen is not full screen right now. Okay. Sally, you will get the project later. I will explain you at the end what project do you need. Okay. Yeah, fine. So a text is kind of small. I need for this, and text is of 500. Okay, fine. Yes. So sorry, this is so this is a span, and along with this span, I need a button. So I will add a button. Okay, so I'm going somewhat fast because uh, I have explained these all things earlier. So I will go somewhat fast. Okay, so this is the kind of last thing that we are covering today. So in this button, what do I need? I need no functionality, but I will give it a blue of 500 possibly, and text will be set to text of white. Okay, guys, it's just 50. I will give you that. Okay, you will get the attendance. Content justify versus item justify. See, content justify is going to work for your Flexbox, and item justify, we have text justify, guys. So please, I want to ask which type of CSS that I've been estimated. So this is Tailwind CSS, right, guys? There is none other than Tailwind CSS that we are working on. Okay, so padding X of 4 and padding Y of 2. Okay, that will be added. Yeah, you will be getting the code on the community, so you can find over there. I would not be sharing the code right here. Okay, 600. So this is my whole card. Let me see the output, and this is the output that I'm getting. And let me do one thing. I will copy this card and I will paste it up for a result the number of times. Okay. And let's see the output in this case. So this is the output for my small size window. If I go on larger size window, I will go with a grid of 2, grid column of 2. And if I go with more larger, if I go with more larger, then you will have a grid of 3. Okay. So this is how I defined. If I go with looking into my code, I defined normally grid of 1, columns of 1, for small size column of 2, and for large size column of 3. So this is my small size column of 2. This is my large size column of 3, and this is my extra small size column of 1. Okay, so this is how we are managing the responsiveness to in this case. Okay, fine, great. So I will share this code. You will find it up later. And till then, let me share the attendance link with you so that you can mark your attendance. And this is day three. Fine. So day three, link. Okay. So day three. Wait. In message. Okay, so I have pinned the attendance form on the top and you can go through that. Till then, if you have any small doubts, anything that you want to ask, you are free to ask right here. And rest everything will be shared with you through the community itself. And there would not be any other way of sharing right now. Okay, let me share this up. Fine. Attendance link has been added on the top. Okay, you can get the attendance link from there. Guys, you are going to get the code. Do not worry about that. You will get the code from the community. So please do not spam right here. Okay. Find any doubts till this point, guys? Anything that you want to ask? When we have to submit work, you will get the work after end of boot camp, and I will give you 2 3 days, at max 3 days to complete the work and submit, and then you will be getting your certificates. Okay. Yeah, Anik, attendance link has been pinned on the top. Please mark your attendance there, and do not come tomorrow telling me that I haven't marked my attendance and other things. Okay. Great one. If you just need practice, then great. You will get every details, guys. Where to submit, how to submit, when to submit, and what to submit. You will be knowing everything after the session. So do not worry about this. We are at day three. Tomorrow will be day four. Day five, we'll wrap it up. We'll explain you what all things you need to submit. So is Tailwind responsive? Obviously, it is responsive. We are seeing a responsive code right in front of us. Everything is responsive if you are ready to make it. Okay. If you do not define different size windows, if you do not style it for different size windows, you will not find it responsive. Yeah, Kushi, you can leave. Okay. We'll not cover anything. If you have any doubts, we'll just take doubts for 1 or 2 minutes and then we'll close the session. Because I do not need any .css file. Okay. I'm not using normal CSS, but I am using kind of uh, Tailwind. Okay. So mostly everything is responsive if you're brave enough. Yeah, everything is responsive, but you do not need to be brave enough. It's very easy. Okay, guys. Making a site responsive is kind of time taking. It might need some hard work, but obviously it's not brave enough task. Okay. So when you are intending to make a site responsive, once you have written the code according to your intuition, then you have to test it on different size of window. Okay. So you have to test on tablets, you have to test on large desktop for Excel size window, you have to test on your window, then you have to go on mobile size. You have to go on the smallest size screen that you can find. Okay. And see, once you have designed the responsiveness, once you're designed for all possible cases, then too, in many cases, you will find overflows and you have to manage that. Okay. So I think so you will need to work hard in this case, but being brave, not brave is a separate thing for us. Okay. Yeah, the notes will come in the community. Do not worry about that. Okay. Why do you need to check responses for the 4K? But the thing is, the site that we make, it should open on the like it will open on the 4K TV too. So you do not need to worry about that. Okay. So in that case, what we will do is we will give width of screen and we will give margin X of auto and the cards that we define, they will also have margin and padding of auto. Okay. So that will be much better. And everything will be the form of flex. We'll keep everything in the form of flex and we'll keep it as justified center. Items will also be kept as center with certain amount of gap. Okay. So everything is possible. Do not worry. Even on the 4K TV, if you're checking certain sites, they will be perfectly fine. Okay. Okay, guys, great. So, I will forget the name and channels where is the problem. I cannot help you for that. I will not be able to give you the day of attendance. Okay. How span tag is different from other tag? Sorry, I think so. You need to revise your HTML once. Okay. Just go through your HTML documentation, search for spam over there, span, and look into it. It will give you kind of more better detail over there. It is a font weight. No, it's fine. It's fine over there. No, this Code Sandbox link is not going to work in phone because to run a Code Sandbox, you need certain environment, and your phone will not have those environments. Okay. Bluebird, I do not have the WhatsApp invitation link. Okay, that's not the thing that I manage, so you can try on that link only. Okay. Yeah, fine. Okay, guys, then we'll be closing the session right here. Thank you for joining. We'll meet you tomorrow at the same time, with same enthusiasm. We'll cover up, I think so, transition and other things. So, okay, thank you for joining. Bye bye. Good night.